Hi, everyone. I am popping in for a pop up to talk more about this week's show. The response has been intense. While I'm grateful for it, it does let me know I've hit a nerve. Um, and that nerve, I was sure about that because I'm not the only one currently pointing out the out of control anger we are all experiencing, mostly stemming from COVID and the pandemic, but it has just been a anger producing year. 2021 hasn't been much better, and so many people are refusing to acknowledge their anger. And so it's showing up in all those ways that when I talked in my show Monday, I told you about all of the health and mental and emotional issues that repressed, unmanaged anger can cause. And I gave you 5 ways to express your anger in a healthy manner that would allow you to release the pent up emotions and possibly diffuse some of your anger. Now, I didn't want to share those things beyond self coaching that you can get the ball rolling. But I caution you, if you decide or you determine your anger is so deeply rooted and such a crisis for you, like if you're noticing you're blowing up, or if you're noticing you're experiencing long bouts of depression, or you're experiencing inability to be active, you're just not willing to do anything. Hey, good morning, cuz. How are you? Um, if you're experiencing that, I really want you to get help. I caution you to only think about self coaching, even though that's a good thing to do. Self coaching, trying some of the things that I gave you, like screen therapy, play, coloring, writing a letter, having a conversation with the picture. It's the person that you're angry with or the situation that you're angry with. I, you can even do a picture of your office or your boss. Whatever is an impetus or the focus of your anger, feel free to express that anger. And yes, I'm sitting in my garage, just finished running my miles, which is a big thing to help diffuse some emotions, deal with all of that adrenaline and neuroadrenaline that runs through your system when you're repressing anger or you're not letting it out. And anger it's a secondary emotion, so it will never ever go away until you face it and process it. So I just wanted to pop on today, tell everyone, please deal with your anger. And you can start by acknowledging it. Yes, self-control is the main way to cope. You're absolutely right, fam. I I also believe if you have good self-control and good self-awareness, you know when it's time to get more help than what your self-coaching, self-management, and self-control can manage. Like for me, I knew last month was a hard month. It's hard for me anyway because it's an anniversary of losing my mom and my son. So it's just a rough month for me emotionally. Plus, earlier this year, I lost my dog. So I knew June was going to produce a lot of memories, and I try to create new memories. I go places to try and create new memories. It helps me to be near ocean, be near water. That's another thing you can do. But I'm going to continue. I will continue teaching about the practice of silence, but I am going to keep pushing on that button about anger management. And self-coaching yourself to deal with your anger, because we're all angry. Why wouldn't we be? I mean, the past year, a lot of our rights have been taken away, our work, our lives. We've had a lot of loss of life. God bless all of us that lost loved ones to COVID, and those of us that survived it, like myself. And I almost left here with it. So there's a lot of anger. It's a normal process, part of the process of grieving. And the only thing is, we hide our anger under a cloak of niceness because we don't believe the scripture that teaches us you can be angry, just don't sin. Because anger is a natural emotional experience for all human beings. But we have not done a good job of teaching our children, and self-control, like my cousin said, self-control is a good way to cope. And yet and still, I love that you listen, cousin, because I also teach people in your self-coaching, you've got to always be acquiring new skill sets to cope. You always have to introduce into your self-awareness, hey, maybe I can try that technique, or maybe I need to freshen up what I'm doing habitually because it's just not doing the same for me. You know, it's always a good idea to check in with yourself and check in with those that love you, that can let you know, hey, yeah, you've been a little gritchy lately. You know, you've been isolating a lot. That's my natural tendency and default when I'm going through something emotionally, is to pull back. And you're welcome, Stephen. I really, yes, we are so locked into post-traumatic stress response. And my whole ministry, my whole practice, my IO psych practice, my positive applied psychology practice is all about giving us new ways of coping. And as Black people, we help seek from our own. So I know my voice may speak to multicultural, but I'm aiming straight for people of color and women of color and men of color. I am. That's why I started the foundation, to promote research that helps promote our way of coping, our way of dealing with our post-traumatic stress from slavery. It's in our DNA. We have all of those things. That's why we have a core anger that Black people, we rarely deal with our anger. And we've been forced by a country that discriminates against us to repress that anger and cover it under behaviors of niceness and obedience and get along. And, you know, it's like I told everybody, I'm not a nice person. I've stopped playing that nice role. I'm always kind because I love people. I love God. I know I'm to esteem others higher than myself. But being kind is not the same as being nice, because nice can sometimes be a cloak or a cover for what kindness should be, which is sometimes the best thing from somebody is to tell them what they need to hear. Sometimes the best for the whole situation is to express it, articulate it, and then move on. Forgive, move on. Some people you have to cut ties with. And we don't do that a lot. We have very unhealthy ways of dealing with our anger as a country, as a society, definitely as a people. So try some of those techniques. And I still exercise, as you can see, just got back from the gym. Running helps me a lot. I also would ask you to try play. that's something that I reintroduced that has been such a blessing for me. The coloring, the going to the playground and swinging um, on a swing. So don't be funny when I say swinging. Some of y'all go someplace. But that's not what I'm talking about. Get on a swing and swing on the swing by yourself. Anyway, that's just going way out of course because I think my brain needs to catch up with the food I just ate. But anyway, play is good. That's why I've gone camping to do some forest bathing, get out in nature. Nature, the ocean always helps me. Mountains help me. All of this is helpful ways to deal with your anger and acknowledge that you're angry. That's the first step. But because that show hit such a nerve, I felt the need to come back on, talk about it. I'll probably pop on again just so I can introduce things. And Stephen, thank you for acknowledging that some of the things I'm saying is helping help yourself. And African Americans that are truly locked into a long history of another kind of PTSD. You're so accurate. And it's time for us to face it. It's time to stop talking about it, but be about it. We need to heal and we need to move forward. Okay? So you guys have a blessed rest of your day. I'm going to go ahead and finish enjoying this overpriced sports drink and replenish my energy, take a shower because I'm sure I need that. And I just wanted to let you guys know I'm grateful for the response. Thank you. I love when you talk back to me and let me know these things are helping. Because sometimes, we look for audience attendance when we're live, but I've had to learn from others that are more experienced than me that most of your listeners come after your live. They watch the rebroadcast. Some people just don't want to be seen listening to psychological advice. And I get it. No, I don't. I'm not scared. If I want to get better, I don't care who sees it. So I'm a little different that way. And it's not hard for me to humble myself. The things I've been through in life have taught me. So anyway, hope today helped. Hope the reminder helped. And look for more information, especially next week's show. I'm trying to get someone on with me that's a psychologist that specializes in anger management. And it's just a matter of if their show, if their timing can work for me to either pre-tape it or bring them on live. So have a good rest of your day. Enjoy Hump Day. And I will talk to you guys later. Don't forget, Achieve with Dr. C broadcast every Monday, 10 a.m. CST.